Hello guys, Brandon Carey here, and today we are starting a new game. We just finished Bug Snacks last week, and since I haven't played this yet for stream, I really wanted to because this is Astro's Playroom. This is basically the pack-in game that comes with the PS5, and it's effectively a tech demo for what the controller can do, but it's really good despite being what should be a shitty tech demo. Like, there's actually a pretty substantive platformer here, way better than it has any right to be. It's also not a very long game, but it's really cool. We're gonna start a new game. Also, there's a little rumble on my controller. I can't really I can't express how it feels, but like every time I change options, there's a little rumble, so you can feel the option changing on your controller. We're gonna start a new game, and I'm gonna erase all my data because I don't need it. And get it back. That whole will also be like 5 hours to finish, so I'm not really worried about giving it again. So this is supposed to teach us how our controller works. More or less. Or show us what people can do with the controller, not so much how it works. It's difficult to describe, but when they do that all those cubes creating the controller, you can feel them in individual cubes in the vibration of the controller. It's really rad. And there's the adaptive triggers. There's a little resistance. Touchpad. Nothing too fancy. Motion sensing. And the microphone. Yeah, this game has a great presentation to it. I really like how this game looks. I own that. I own that. Yes, we are, Xenochrist, we are. Basic platforming start, you jump, you double jump. Well, instead of double jumping, you have this little beam that levitates you. And this is useful because it can break glass beneath your feet. Pretty simple instruction control scheme, nothing too major, too complicated. But one of the cool things, if you take a quick look, we are actually right now, we are inside the PS5 right now. Oh yeah, this game has a ton of PlayStation references. Just everywhere. A little stuff you can learn, some gameplay basics here. Throwing bombs, get you coins. And there's a little platforming section that we can do here as well. So we'll start. As a platformer, this game controls very well. It's very responsive. We got our first puzzle piece, which is one of our big collectibles in the game. This is just a nice little way to get ourselves situated and get started. I know that's supposed to be like the Astro bot symbol, but it looks kind of like the Discord symbol. Like if any of you use Discord on the reg, which you probably do if you're in my audience, because most of you know I stream through Discord. But the Astro bot face kind of looks like the Discord mascot to me. Or maybe it's the other way around, because Astro came first, if memory serves. You just start the game with the whole kit. You start with the entire platforming kit right at the beginning of the game. Alright, and... nothing here. Well, before we go down there, we have to get this puzzle piece. Means I think we're climbing back up again, which is fine. We got that puzzle piece though. And here is our third puzzle piece. And that's just the start of the game. But essentially, we don't really know what our objective is here, but it's a platformer, so you just kind of go into levels and do shit. Each one of these components to the PS5 leads us to a different area. Like this is the memory meadow, it's our hard drive. Or maybe it's our RAM. This is SSD Speedway, so this is our hard drive. Let's see. And GPU jungle and cooling springs. It's a cooling supply. So it doesn't really matter where we start. Let's start here. I forget which because each of these has a theme. I forget which levels go to which theme. Memory, Meadow, Gusty, Gateway. And there are, like, as a platformer, this game plays well, but what it really has, like, really hits you with is the PlayStation nostalgia. And people... you'll see what I mean as we keep playing, but like if you were a PlayStation boy like I was growing up, there is a ton of shit here for you. Like even this level feels like an old PS1 era platformer, but they make more overt references later on. Like right here, this is a Flower reference right here. If any of you doesn't know the game Flower from that game company, like this moving series of petals is referencing that game. And that is not the only game that gets referenced here. In fact, every time I play this game, I see a new reference that I didn't recognize last time. Puzzle piece. So you can see there's like there's a lot. Oh, here! Ape Escape reference. Saru gets you. Oh, you know, they need to make a fucking Ape Escape game. That series is so fucking good. New Ape Escape win indeed. And here's a medieval reference. There's Sir Daniel Fortescue with his shield and sword. Oh, that brings a smile to my face. Medieval was like one of my favorite games back in the PS1 era. I enjoyed Let's playing the new version when it came out on PS4. Get this checkpoint. Before we proceed this way, we get to go up here. And we got an artifact. The PS1 controller. Do you remember this whole thing? This was before it had the analog stick. Some people don't remember that the first PS1 controller didn't have an analog stick. They were just the D-pad. It's true, though. Look, the cloud forms a controller. That's so cool. First, get this puzzle piece. There's our Death Stranding reference. Kojima's favorite project. About life in the Corona times. And that's a PS1 console. Holy shit, that's so cool. And this is Ico. Oh, that's a blast from the past. They're just here. They just reference like it's just here. Oh man, this game makes me feel so cool. And I'm pretty sure these balloon guys are like a Spyro 1 reference to the lofty castle. When the enemies are in the balloons. PlayStation mouse. You have a ball with this because this is one of the original like ball mice before we had the laser mice of the modern era. That is a blast from the fucking past. Do you remember ball mice? That was... Oh, this is Hot Shots Golf. Oh, that's cool. Or I guess everybody's golf if you're playing in Japan. Honestly, I'm just playing this and I'm just feeling happy. I feel so happy playing this. It won't be a long series either. This game is not very long. I could probably do this in like maybe I'm guessing at most 3 sittings. But this is going to be a very fun game for me to play. This is really cool. You go. Oh, is that Heavy Rain with the Origami Killer? Sorry, the Origami Killer. That's a Heavy Rain reference, isn't it? It has to be. Like the, cause it's raining right now, that's origami. It's gotta be a Heavy Rain reference. I don't know what that is, references there in the background. It's just, there's so many things that are just here for you to enjoy. Yeah. You know, the game that introduced me to David Cage, and the game... yeah, let's not think about David Cage, because he's a bit of an asshole. By a bit, I mean a major asshole. And is it... Oh, it's ice. Okay, here's the cool thing, is I can hear and feel the pitter-patter from the ice coming out of my controller. And that's so fucking cool. That's so cool. Oh, that's me screwing up. At least there's no concept of lives in this game, so if you screw something up, you can just do it again. And now... like a Spyro 1 Whirlwind, except much more fierce than a typical Spyro 1 Whirlwind. And now we're on stage 2 of this world. And each world has 4 stages. So we are on basically the second stage of this world. Time for a gimmick. Also, I use the touchpad to scroll up, but now I'm using the touchpad to move the ball. I'm not showing you for now, but trust me that I'm using the touchpad for this ball gadget. There is no analog stick movement whatsoever. It's a little bit comfortable to showcase the controller moving it up, so I'm not gonna spend all my time showing the controller when you can just assume what I'm doing after a certain point. But also, each of these levels has one of these little gimmicks that shows you a little thing that the controller can do. In this case, it is using the touchpad to affect the gyro. Also, if you notice, this is very much like a Spyro Supercharge reference. If you've any of you who play Spyro know, recognize those arrows as your supercharge pad. This is really fucking cool. Alright, and I don't think that's just them like being hot. I don't think that's a reference to anything. I don't know if that's reference to anything at all. Right, so we have this safe road here, which we will take for these coins. Then we'll double back and go for this dangerous road, because there's almost certainly a puzzle piece at the end of it. We're going to be a little careful. We can take our time, no need to rush. Oh, there's a relic. The PS1 memory card. Oh, that's a blast from the past. Remember when you used to have to need memory cards to save your game where it wouldn't be on the system itself? Those were the days. Remember you used to bring your memory card over to your friend's house to play your save on their machine? Whoopsie. Ah. Lose and corrupt your memory cards. Oh yeah, I know how that feels. Ah, damn it. It's okay, I'll get this eventually. Still, no. Okay, I'm rushing it. That's my issue. I gotta stop rushing this. Just gotta let myself go nice and slowly. There we go. The PS1 game disc. Back when they had the black coating and not the clear coating for PS2 discs and onward. If any of you played a PS1, you remembered that disc. Also, look, the CD player on the PS1 on the right. I used to use that to play, like, at the time it was Britney Spears. I don't know who the popular musician would be now if the PS1 was still around, but I used to use that to play music. You never used a CD player? Oh, it's actually a pretty, like, it was actually a pretty cool little feature, as you could just play a music CD. Let's see what's back here. Puzzle piece. I'm pretty sure that's saved, so we can keep going. And die. There's a puzzle piece. Let's see if this puzzle piece we have to get again. Oh no, we already got it. They don't make us get it a second time. I could definitely see some PS1 era Cloud Spires vibes from that cloud. I see exactly what you're getting at. I could definitely see the Cloud Spires vibes. Also, I guess, yeah, if you didn't have a lot of whole music CDs back in the day, then you wouldn't have gotten you wouldn't have used the PS1 music CD player that much. A lot of my listening was from what my parents got in those times, and that was Britney Spears, that was NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Like, those were the CDs we had back in those days. yeah, music evolves. So it's always a fun little conversation. Is the old music. I don't know if they're old enough to be considered classic yet, though, because most of ours are still alive. Fall, punch. Let's see what's over here. That is fun to do. That's fun. That... What's a reference to? Oh, that's Ghost of Tsushima! That's Ghost of Tsushima! The sushi ghost. Ghost of Sushi, yes. Here's another artifact. The LC... Oh, I guess you hooked this up to your PS1. You just had a all-in-one console. You had the monitor and the console on the same thing. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's just Ghost of Tsushima if you haven't seen it or haven't played it. It's a good game. And we will go for 100% by the way, just as an FYI, so if we miss anything, we will come back for it later. Where is the balloonist? Take us to the next world. I missed that guy. Or guys. Toast. Again, you can hear and feel the rain pattering on your controller. That's so fucking cool. You get this way for a detour. And you're down. Oh, this might be a Siren. This might be a Siren reference. And you might remember, Siren was an old PS2 horror game. I didn't own one of these multi-taps, but one of my friends did. And we would play Crash Team Racing 4-player with the help of the multi-tap. Because ordinarily the PS2 only has 2 controller ports. If you wanted to play a 4-player game, you had to have one of the multi-taps as an accessory. So everyone brought their own controller. I had a PS2 multi-tap too. I did eventually get that, but I didn't have I never got a PS1 one. We would just sit there and play Crash Team Racing together, 4 players. And I can see Madden playing Madden 4-player too. That makes sense. But I was never a sports game guy. I never played a whole lot of Madden. So for me, it was Crash Team Racing. That was my multiplayer game of choice back in those days. Although, I didn't own it, but my friends and I played a lot of Twisted Metal too. Twisted Metal back in those days as well. Twisted Metal was also a pretty popular game in the Carey household with the neighborhood kids. Our health piece. Oopsies. I never actually formally owned the multi-tap for PS1, but God, the memories of playing 4-player CTR. That was the dream back in the day. Let me make sure. I think I got everything. I got everything in this area. We've got everything so far in this area. Look, it's the Iron Giant, which is not a certain reference, but I'll take it anyway. Evil CRTs for the loss too. All right, it's time for the final area of this section. Yay! Of course, pinball. There's a reward for beating. We're not going to hold the pins down, but we will see about that once we get to it. Yeah, there's the puzzle piece. I think we'll get another puzzle piece for doing this. Keep going now. Whoopsies. It's a little hard to get precise. That's part of the challenge of the mechanic, is learning how to deal with your lack of precision. Here, so we got 3 puzzle pieces right off the bat, and there's the 4th one right there. But first, we will gently. Nope, we'll just fall right off. Gotta go slowly, otherwise we'll go too fast and just bail. Oh, don't go. Yeah, no. Okay. Oh, shit! I completely broke my concentration for a second there. Don't panic. Got this. Got it. There we go. The DualShock controller. The first time controller had analog sticks. That was an innovation. That was part of what made Ape Escape famous. Was it was the first game to use the analog sticks, where you had to have the analog sticks to play the game. And thus an entire control scheme was formed. Or the beginnings of what we would consider the modern video game control scheme for right stick controlled the camera. Oh, no, no! Whoops. That's fine. Oh! Ape Escape was the very first game to mandate the analog stick, Xenochrist. If you did not have the analog sticks, you were not able to play Ape Escape. Because Ape Escape had a control scheme where the left analog stick controlled your movement, and the right analog stick controlled your gadgets. And if you didn't have the analog stick, you just couldn't do it. But this is another. I didn't know they actually had these pocket stations. So I never actually played with these before. This one. So this was probably more of a Japan thing than the United States thing, if I had to guess. Whoopsie. That's okay, we already have everything here. So all we need to do is finish level and we'll be all complete. Oh, that is a cool feeling. Oh, that is nostalgic. That is the feel-goods. Oh, that is the feel-goods. Oh, that is an image that has been permanently seared into my memory. The PlayStation boot up screen. Oh, that feels good. That is some hardcore nostalgia. Let's look at these guys playing their video games. Let's look around before we actually like finish up the level. Oh, I don't know their names. These are the two Sony mascots. The ones that made it into Sony Smash Brothers. I forget their names, but I understand the reference here. Tora and something else, I think. I'm not 100% sure. It's more of a Japanese thing than a US thing, so it was never really my issue. But now I finished up this area. You will probably notice that every single artifact picked up was a PS1 era artifact. And that's because this is the PS1 hub world. And each one of the worlds we go through is a reference to one of the 4 generations, PS1 through 4. And this is the first generation level. It's the PS1 era level, so all of our artifacts were from the PS1 era. And all of our relics are going to be here on display in a little museum, as will our puzzle pieces that we picked up, and we got them all. At least for that level. Well, we still have some coins to spend. We might as well do some gambling. Takes 100 coins to pull the slots. And they each give you something. Fortunately for us, though, there is a finite number of things that can pop up in the slot machine. So if we just keep rolling, we'll eventually get everything. And they'll have artifacts and puzzle pieces in here as well. You use this button to pull the lever, and this one to break the piece. And it feels really good. I like that you can toss the ball up in the air with the motion sensor. That's pretty cool. This is legalized gambling, except it's not really gambling, this is deterministic. Getting some puzzle pieces out there. We'll do some more gambling later. Love you interact with these things too. I'm not a good person. I'm very mean. Let's leave this place and keep going on our adventure. Oh no. Let's go here to CPU Speed SSD Speedway. Continue our adventure. Oh. I think I look behind me. These were the days when games used to do these, like, these... Oh, if you looked behind you in the start level, you'd find a secret. How many Crash games have I played where there was a level where you had to get... There are boxes at the start that you had to actually look for before you actually did anything else. Alright, and this is the next gadget. Come on, make it. Yes. Yes, made it. We got our first relic. The Buzz controller. Oh, man. The Buzz controller. I've never actually... Like, I only played Buzz, like, once at a friend's house, but it was a fun time. Oh, that's Gravity Rush. Or Gravity Days if you're in Europe. Oh, it's part of me likes and doesn't like Gravity Rush. It depends on my mood. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. The puzzle piece. And... Crash. Not the puzzle piece, though, so we can already... we don't have to worry about anything else. Oh no, too low! I got too low! Whoopsies. now we've landed. And look, this is the iconic FF7 shot, the Buster Sword. Anyone who had a PS1 knows this shot. The iconic, like, Buster Sword in the ground with the light, the boot up for FF7. This, it's just here. Just a reference to one of the most iconic games in PS, PlayStation, and possibly video game history. This game definitely is a game that hits you right in the feels. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything to collect at this point, I think. There we go. Puzzle piece got. We sneak down here. Other puzzle piece. There's Pyramid Head. Silent Hill. Classic. The oversized Dorito. Whoopsie. Did I do that? Oh, that's Ratchet! That's Ratchet and Clank! All the bolts! It's Ratchet and Clank with his wrench and all of his nuts and bolts. That feels good. And here's, let's look like Killzone reference. This is the PS2 world, looks like. We got our DualShock 2 controller. Oh. Oopsie. Missed our turn. Did we get everything here? I think we did, yes. Making good progress. Some good nostalgia. And again, it's hard to convey in words, but these controls are very responsive. This game feels very good to play. We're gonna advance to the next stage of this map. So our first gimmick stage for this section. Essentially, I have the motion sensors to control which direction I go, and I have two thrusters. I can each use one thruster to also change my momentum. So I'm gonna not hold the controller up the whole time, but do understand that this is a motion controlled section where I'm using the gyroscope to control my direction and the thrusters to control my direction, my acceleration. I like that the plants are PlayStation symbols. Ironically, this controller doesn't have the colors, so it's just the symbols. So you don't get the same like feeling of the green triangle button that you used to. Oh, that's cool. In the background, the Astrobot doing all that. It's pretty rad. Is this the same? Yeah, it's the same area. Alright. Got some dynamite. Use our thrusters to blow it up. And get a relic. This is the multi-tab I remember from the PS2 era. I didn't have a, like, we talked about the multi-tab in the PS1 era, how we played a lot of CTR with it. For me, in the PS2 era, the game was Gauntlet Dark Legacy. It was the PS2 version of Gauntlet. Gauntlet Legends with the Gauntlet PS1. And it was a 4-player, up to 4-player, like, dungeon crawling co-op game. And I don't know if many people even remember what Gauntlet was back in those days, but to me that was like a special game to play with my friends. I often played as the wizard. I know, like, some friends of mine were like the warrior and the Valkyrie. And that was kind of like the thing. Yellow Wizard needs food badly. This is a really interesting game to include, because as you recall, this game is just a pack-in title. It comes with the PS5. So like this, it's a smart move to include a game like this, because not only are you teaching people what the controller can do, but to some degree, like, this is reminding people who have been with PlayStation for a long time, like, why they keep coming back to the PlayStation brand, because you have all these really cool games you have access to. That if you're not playing on PlayStation, you've never played these games before. Or like these reasons you kept coming back. Like, I could wax nostalgic about a lot of the different things you can find here, because I was the Sony boy growing up. I had a PlayStation 1, that was my first console I ever owned. The first one I played, the first one I owned. Alright, and we land. I'm missing stuff here, I think, but that's okay. We'll come back if we have to. That's okay. It's okay to not get everything right on your first time. Now we're on stage 3 of the area. There's your DMC reference. It's probably DMC 3 since it's juggling the clown in the air. Using the moving towards a rocket. That's pretty cute. Remember the move controller? I do, because I still use it for my VR games every now and then. Well, not recently, but if I were to go back to playing VR games, it would be using the Move controller. I don't know what this is reference to. Maybe either Katamari Damacy or Little Big Planet? Or this. I don't know what this is referencing either. Oh. Can't tell if this is a progress feed or not. Oh, this. I think that this is actually the side area, not the other way around. Yeah, this is the side area. PS2 disc! Bot! No, it's Ico. Oh, the whole piece was behind, hidden. Let's play an FPS! But before we go over there, we have this turret. Oh my god, the eye toy! That is a nostalgic piece of equipment. I don't know if anyone else here played the iToy. Basically, it was like before the days of AR and VR. The iToy was the way you play with your body. Like it was similar to the Kinect in that it was sensing your motions. It was a motion sensing camera that you'd use to play video games with. And that eventually evolved into the PlayStation Eye, which they use for the VR headset today. But it was a primitive technology back in those eras. And yet I had so much fun playing it with my family growing up. My family had tried a lot of ways to get me to become active as a child. Not many of them eventually stuck in the long term, but I had fun with iToy while we were still playing it. This feels powerful. Well, there's a infamous rail grind. I don't know what that's a reference to. Gradius, maybe? Or Gradius? Puzzle this time, but That's okay. Over this. Burn it. And keep going. Wow, we missed quite a few things in this area. We will have to come back later, but that's okay. Before we go too far, see if there's anything we can collect. Puzzle piece. Ouch! You have some shocking robots here that could damage us if we hit them. They're going up. Go this way. Ouch! So what's down here first? Okay. So let's see what's in here then. Ah, puzzle piece. It's 2 out of the 4 for this section. Ouch. I think we still keep our puzzle piece though, so... Yeah, we still keep the puzzle piece, so we can just keep going. Or die. I see the opening on the right, and you can take that. There's gonna be a secret there. Ouch. This is pretty hard. Got it. What is... Oh, just a straight up PS2? Oh, this is the slim model. This is the slim PS2. I see. Thank you for giving me a convenient way out now that I've actually gotten through. Checkpoint. Ouch. Damn. It's actually fairly challenging to do this, but it's not a bad challenge. It's a very fun challenge. Requires a gentle touch. Nice and gentle. Gentle, I say. just rush through like maniacs! Got the puzzle piece at least, which means we can worry about the secondary challenge here now. Because the puzzle piece is the first challenge in that circle. There's a second challenge here. 2! Whoopsie. Doopy 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 doopy. Down here. That's the other challenge. Warm this place up with the SingStar microphone. Testing, testing. That's cool. I love it. This is a tough section. Okay, first try. I like that section usually. Now it's time for a boss fight. Alright, and for the final touch. You missed puzzle piece, but that's okay. We had time to go for harvest completion in a different episode. Anyone who owned a PS2, which statistically speaking was most of you, you recognize that background. That is the PS2 load up sequence. And that is the loading screen symbol on the right. Every time you beat a PS2, you would see that screen. Every time. And here is the PS2 that I know and love. PlayStation 2, 2000 A Games Odyssey. God, I still have my own PS2. It's upstairs. That's 2 areas done. Although we have to go back to finish out this one. We didn't do 100% completion, so we have to go back and finish out that level at some point. Won't be too tough. But that's 2 levels down. It ended up being a 2-session thing at this rate. Let's spend some coins. New artifact. The PS2 network adapter. I was just talking to my friend Chris about this the other day when Twisted Metal Black came out. Twisted Metal Black Online. This was like the first game. That was the first game that used this PS2 network adapter. Also, I think FF11 was available on the PS2, and you needed the network adapter to play it on there as well because it was an MMO. I never actually had this, but I was jealous of kids who did. Though in hindsight, I shouldn't have been. This was not a really great peripheral. Unless you were really into FF11. Which I don't think a whole lot of people were. At least not on the console. There were a lot of PC players at the time, but of course you're playing MMO on the PC. But I was never. I didn't have network adapter going for the PS2, so PS3 was my first network connected console. Aside from my friend's Xbox, of course. But I didn't own an Xbox back then. That was the neighborhood kid had that, not me. The PSP Go. Now a functionally useless device. Because Sony has taken out support for the PSP PlayStation Store. If you own one of these, you have a great brick. A very expensive brick. Whoopsie, I guess they can't all be hits in the artifact department. I didn't know the PSP fucking had a camera. When was this? The fuck? We got a lot of puzzle pieces out of that, though. Vita equals life. That's cute. Little relics. Little fun thing you can do here is if you can punch the button and open up the game disc tray. Same with the slim one, I think, too. There's all sorts of little things you can do with the artifacts in this room. It's weird to think of all these things as artifacts, because, like, this is stuff I grew up on. It's like that meme where, the meme is Final Fantasy 20 years ago in your head, and it's the NES. Yes, there are some Nitro Crates around here in the world too. There's some good Crash Bandicoot references there. But the meme is Final Fantasy 20 years ago in your head, and it's the SNES like FF6 kind of stuff. And then you go Final Fantasy 20 years ago in actuality, and it's FF10. FF10 was a game that came out in 2001. That was literally 20 years ago. Same with Kingdom Hearts 1. And you forget how old some of your favorite games are until you're confronted with it. Like Crash Bandicoot 1 was literally, I think, like a 96 game, like 1996. I was 3 years old when it came out. I didn't play it until years later, but I was literally like 3 years old. So, without, like, as a spoiler, this is the PS3 area. Well, here's the DualShock 3 to confirm. And there is really no better way to open the PS3 section of this game with a semi-open world level where it's just a big beach you can explore for shit. I can't believe the third worst FF game was... I wouldn't say, like, what is your, like... FF10 is good, though. Them's fighting words. FF10 is a good game. That was my first JRPG. I have a special place in my heart for FF10 for that reason. Also because, like, I think people give Tidus way too much shit. Like, I would put FF10 as one of the best ones in the franchise, personally, but those are fighting words. FF10 is a good game. Oh, we got one puzzle piece. That's enough from that section of the area. No, Tidus is like Tidus is good though. Like Tidus is actually I get that like people think he is whiny. But he is exactly what that universe needs at the time. He is the person who does not give a fuck about tradition and will question things that everyone else kind of assumes is true. Like, okay, so you assume that Mission Machina is bad, but why do you assume that? You know, because that's also part of he's stupid, but he's stupid in the way that world needs at that time. He is, in part, Yuna's impetus to question the doctrine that she was born into. That character is necessary in that game, and he's a very important part of the game. Like, him and Yuna are co-protagonists. They are just as important to the story as each other. The PlayStation Eye camera that they tried to make Eye Judgment out of, and that did not go well. But, like... And a lot of people give him credit for give him shit for the laughing scene, but part of that scene, what makes it work is that... What are you? What are you a reference to? I don't know. But the thing about the laughing scene in FF10 is that it's supposed to be awkward because the two of them are forcing themselves to laugh to make them feel better. To make each other feel better. It's not like it's... Oh. The whole point of the scene is that it's awkward because they're forcing it. I just need to learn how to jump. Jump good. Remember Eye of Judgment, which was the iToy card game that, like, no one, not even me, actually played? God, you think of the weirdest things when some nostalgia starts coloring your vision. There's stuff over here in the first platform. Puzzle piece. There's one. Where's the fourth one, though? Oh, maybe it's over here. Nope. I think we're ready to keep going. But yeah, this is a good place. This is a good way to start the PS3 section, is with this little semi-open world space. Because the PS3 was the era of the open world game, like the Bethesda games and like the Ubisoft games. Plus, like, this was Uncharted 3 with the Sandstorm. Like, that was the era where you had those massive open world games, was the PS3 era. Fat Princess, a fistful of cake. Fallout 4 inventory management. Oh lord. We're good for now. Did miss one thing, but that's okay. Can always go back. And this is a new... basically, I'm using the gyroscope to change direction for the frog. And I'm using the adaptive control... the adaptive shoulder buttons to tell it how, like, to apply pressure so that it jumps higher and travels farther. Well, it's not you like I said, Tidus and Yuna are co-leads. They are co-protagonists of that story. Like, Tidus is her impetus for questioning her world order. Like, the fact that he is there is what lets most of the characters start to question. Oh, is this thing that we have been raised in actually bad? Not just for us, but for the world at large. He is actually a pretty vital part of that game's story. He is equally as important as Yuna is, and that's just kind of like... it's kind of how that goes. I can do this. I know I can. we go. Little froggy, little frogger. And there we go. Break the glass. Break the glass. Since the arrow is helpfully telling me to go right, you're gonna go left instead. But try to. There we go. Oh wow, the light gun. The PS Move sharpshooter. Met with resistance. Oh, because of Resistance Fall of Man. That's cute. Have to go that way, so let's see what's over here first. Another PS Move shooting attachment. We go with our pinpoint accuracy gun. Too much force. Nice. We got everything, okay. Good. Oh, that's Metal Gear. It's Metal Gear in the cardboard box. Metal Gear. Now that we're out of the beach area, it's time to get frigid. Probably be a puzzle piece. Or an artifact. The PS Move navigation controller. I forgot this thing existed. This was like the equivalent of the nunchuck for the Wii. I never actually owned one of those. I have Move controllers for the PSVR. But I didn't actually have like the Move like Wiimote nunchuck set up. I don't know what this is a reference to. Oh! Until Dawn! Butterfly effect, Until Dawn. Fair enough, we'll have to disagree on that. Also, ice skating in this game is actually pretty good. this is the actual detour. Bot charted. Perfect blue. The Blu-ray discs. I'm not gonna try changing your mind though. I don't agree. I think Tidus is not like nowhere near as bad as people make him out to be. Let's see what's over here. Puzzle piece. Thank you. Jump, jump. Oh man, this feels so good to play. The skating controls in this game feel fucking tight. Down you go. Bye. This is a little cool. Cool little thing. And this is Last of Us. No, this is Resident Evil. It's Resident Evil. Missed a piece. That's okay. Last section of this area. One piece. Oopsie. Damn. That's okay, though. Fuck. Whoopsies. That was me being a dumbass. I need to land on that platform so that I can get the puzzle piece. Oh! There we go. There we go. Now I got the puzzle piece, so we can keep going. Be careful not to break all of the glass. There we go. And this is the way for some extras. Whoopsies. There we go, and now we get... Oh my god, the UMD! That is a blast from the fucking past. Remember when they tried to sell us on UMDs for movies and games in the PSP? As a new media format, and it basically didn't take off at all? That was... interesting. Damn. There we go. Pop like a balloon. There we go. Nice and gently. And definitely not what I just did. So there's a bunch of small hops. Should be fine. Fine. Perfectly fine. There actually, yeah, there was a time where the PSP was like the best multimedia device on the market. I do agree. That is 100% accurate. Like, I used to bring my PSP in to work, listen to podcasts before I started using my phone for that. No one minded, but yeah, there was like a time when if you wanted to watch movies or listen to music or podcasts on the go, the PSP was legitimately your best option. I need to change my curvature so I'm not going as far to the left as I am. Damn it! Tough hop. The fact that it's square as opposed to hexagonal is definitely like screwing with me. It's also just a small platform too. I can get this though. Oh no! I wonder if I could just go for it. That's not going for it. I want whatever is on the other side, probably a puzzle piece. So close! I can do this. Just gotta focus. St. House of the Dead. No! Fuck! Ah! Bummer. This is just sad. This is just sad, but I can do this. I know for a fact I can do this. Stop being so fucking slippery. Don't you wave at me. You know what you did. Alright, this is doing it. Got it. There we go. Speaking of the PSP... PSP?! Now we can just jump. With everything here in this area, so just a couple of things in the platforming sections to do. All gimmicks have to be taken care of. Man, that PS3 login. Plus the XMB media bar icons. God. This is a very nostalgic game. All the various colors the background came into. This is the gaming as I remember it. This is the ideal body. You might not like it, this is what the peak performance looks like. Yeah, the fucking Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man font on the PS3. Oh man, I remember this original version. With the fucking Sam Raimi Spider-Man font. Wait, isn't that the font of Spider-Man? Oh right, because Sony owns Spider-Man, they can just do that. Plus little flap with the All the advanced cables. USB ports on the bottom. That's nostalgia. That's nostalgia. We're gonna spend our currency. Let's see what else we get off the machine. What is this? PSP GPS receiver? When did this come out? This Japan thing? Had to be a Japan thing. I would have heard about it if this was in the US. Oh, that was PlayStation Home. Holy shit. Does anyone remember PlayStation at Home? That was a really misguided concept. We're making good progress. I think we're gonna stop for now. It's a little early, but that's okay. We can stop a little bit early. Because we got one whole region left, and next week we will do that, plus we'll go back to every area we've not completed and wrap up the game. So this will probably end up being a two-stream game. So next week we will probably wrap this up and be done with Astro's Playroom. Little short mini LP of a packing game that I just think is really, really well made. But for now, as a reminder, I will not be streaming on Wednesday, which if you're watching this live, will be the 1st of September. Because I will be turning on my stream in support of the protest against hate raids that have been going on Twitch with an increasing frequency of late, and the lack of response from corporate has been unacceptable. So I will be joining my fellow small streamers in that protest. And aside from that, remember, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, get your vaccine, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, and stop Asian hate. All lives cannot matter until those groups' lives matter. Stay safe, and I will see you next week. Bye.